What if Lewis Hamilton made the biggest mistake of his career? The seven-time world champion, the icon who dared to swap Mercedes for Ferrari, now finds himself languishing in 7th place in the standings. 5 races in, and what should have been a golden new chapter feels like a slow-motion disaster. While Charles Leclerc steps onto podiums and builds momentum, Hamilton looks lost. The China sprint win offered a flash of hope, only to be overshadowed by a disqualification that felt cruelly symbolic. Since then, a string of anonymous finishes and an eerily defeated tone in interviews. In Jeddah, he described the race as horrible, with 0 positives, and confessed he doesn't know why things are going wrong, and even worse, no immediate fix. How did we get here? How can Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest to ever do it, be this far adrift? Is it really just bad luck, or is there something Ferrari isn't telling us? Welcome to F1 Prime News that digs deeper than press conferences and polished PR statements, where we investigate the untold stories, the behind-the-scenes tensions, and the truths the teams don't want you to know. If you're a Ferrari fan, a Lewis Hamilton supporter, or just someone who craves answers in a season full of contradictions, you're in the right place. Today, we're peeling back the scarlet curtain to uncover the 5 real reasons why Lewis Hamilton isn't clicking with Ferrari in 2025. Because let's be clear, this isn't just about slow lap times. This is about chemistry, philosophy, and maybe even a crisis of identity. From fundamental driving issues to cultural clashes inside the Scuderia, every reason we found points to one truth: this isn't the fairy tale anyone expected. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand what's really going on at Ferrari and why Lewis Hamilton might be facing the toughest challenge of his career. 0 positives, horrible race, no idea what went wrong. Those were Lewis Hamilton's chilling words after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And they weren't a one-off, they echoed a pattern of frustration and confusion we've heard all season. The raw radio messages are even more telling. "I have no grip, the car doesn't feel right, I'm fighting it every lap." For a driver of Hamilton's caliber to sound this lost is not just unusual, it's unprecedented. The stats confirm it. After 5 rounds, Hamilton sits 7th in the championship with just 33 points. His best finish? 5th place in Bahrain. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc in the same car has already stood on the podium multiple times. How does that happen? This isn't just about a bad setup or poor luck. This is a deeper, systemic mismatch. And the signs were there from race 1 in Australia, when a tense radio exchange with his new race engineer raised eyebrows across the paddock. Something is off, and fans are starting to see it. While Lewis Hamilton struggles to find rhythm, Charles Leclerc looks like a driver reborn. Same car, same team, same season, yet 2 completely different trajectories. Leclerc has already claimed podiums, consistently extracting the most from the SF25. He looks confident, comfortable, at home. Hamilton, on the other hand, he's fighting the car, second-guessing strategy, and seemingly lost in translation both technically and culturally. Remember China? That sprint race was supposed to be the turning point. Hamilton dominated from pole and silenced the critics for about 24 hours. Then came the disqualification. Excessive skid block wear. A devastating blow that felt like more than just a technicality, it felt like a cosmic, not so fast. Since then, the spark hasn't returned. This contrast with Leclerc is not just painful, it's alarming. Ferrari's golden child is thriving. The newcomer with 7 world titles? Drowning. The question is this about performance or something Ferrari can't control? Here's the theory no one in the paddock wants to say out loud. Lewis Hamilton's struggles didn't begin with Ferrari, they began with ground effect. Since the 2022 regulations brought ground effect aerodynamics back into F1, Hamilton hasn't looked the same. His natural driving style, late braking, intuitive feel through the corners, aggressive yet calculated, suddenly became a liability. Ground effect cars require something different: stability over instinct, precision over flair. Even at Mercedes, he never truly adapted. And now, at Ferrari, the same ghosts haunt him. He complains of poor balance, no grip, a lack of connection with the car. These aren't just setup issues, they're symptoms of a fundamental discomfort with this era of F1. And here's the twist. Maybe this move to Ferrari wasn't a fresh start, but a desperate attempt to rediscover the driver he used to be. What if the problem isn't the team? What if it's the very DNA of modern F1 that no longer fits Lewis Hamilton? Let's dig into the evidence because it's all there, in plain sight. First, the radio messages. I don't have rear grip. It's sliding everywhere. I can't feel the car. These aren't just the words of a frustrated driver, they're the confessions of someone who doesn't trust his machine. The SF25, praised by Leclerc as predictable and responsive, becomes a wild beast in Hamilton's hands. Same car, two stories. Then there's the culture clash. Ferrari is not Mercedes. The Scuderia, with its proud Italian heritage, operates on emotion, intuition, and tradition. It's a system where hierarchy is sacred and adaptation is slow. Lewis has walked into a fortress with decades of identity and no translator. Add to that a new engineer, new processes, and a car he didn't help develop, and the disconnect is complete. This isn't a partnership yet, it's a puzzle, and the pieces aren't fitting. So what does all of this mean for Lewis Hamilton and for Ferrari? For the team, it's a public relations headache and a performance problem rolled into one. They brought Hamilton in to lead, inspire, and bring a champion's edge. But right now, it looks like they've inherited confusion instead. Internally, there's tension. How long can they afford to wait for Lewis to adapt while Leclerc flies the flag alone? And for Hamilton? This might be the hardest season of his career, not because of results, but because of identity. For the first time, he's no longer sure of his role. No longer sure if he's the savior, the veteran, or just another name on the roster. And behind the scenes, it's possible he's asking the toughest question of all. Do I still love this? Sometimes, the most painful realization in a career isn't that you've made a bad move, it's that you've outgrown what once gave your life purpose. Is F1 still where Hamilton belongs? Or has he already moved on? In spirit. Now we want to hear from you. Is Lewis Hamilton simply going through growing pains at Ferrari, or is this a sign of something much deeper? Has he lost touch with modern F1, or is the Scuderia failing to give him what he needs to thrive? Can this legendary partnership still be saved? Or are we watching the slow end of a dynasty? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And if you still believe in Hamilton's comeback story, if you think the lion is just wounded, not finished, then drop a number, stand with Lewis in the chat, and let the world know he's not done yet. And don't forget, subscribe for more insider stories, bold theories, and every twist in the 2025 F1 season. Because here, we don't just watch Formula One, we uncover it.